But let me get a chat back. Can everyone hear me okay? Let me just get a little see if everybody can hear me loud and clear. Just want to make sure everyone can hear me loud and clear. All right, Michael, good to see you. Alan, Bernard, what about you? All right, perfect. All right, let me get the recorder up and running so you guys could listen in and be able to. There we go. Once again, my name is Fausto Pugliese, president founder of Cybertrain University, and welcome here in our event that we do. We do this every week. It's a free event. It's a live event. If you do miss it, it is being recorded, and some of you probably going to want to listen a few times because what I'm about to show you is Wall Street's biggest secrets. And the whole idea of today's presentation is to really kind of protect your profits, understanding, turn the page from 2025 and focus on 26. Is there a crash coming? Is the rally going to continue to go up? These are the things I'm going to show you. And the big thing you have to understand is that why do people fail? What is your biggest challenge? And you know what your biggest challenge is? Nobody likes to take losses. And the reason why is because sometimes you don't know when to take a loss. So I'm going to go over a bunch of things. I'm going to show you a couple of examples. But before we do that, just a quick little risk disclaimer. I'm just going to let everybody know that I'm not going to make any promises or guarantees that's work for anybody. There is a very high risk in trading. So please, anyone, don't go out there and trade what you can't afford to lose. All right. Now, what we're going to be doing is in the next 40 minutes, I'm going to teach you all a couple of examples. I'm going to go to the market. We're going to look at some trades. We're going to have a lot of fun. Now, listen, I am not here to listen to myself talk. Okay. I am here to educate you why all of you need to understand how to trade, or you're going to be part of an 80 to 90% failure rate. So what I'm going to do is in 40 minutes, if I get everyone's attention, I'm going to invite all of you to come to our professional trading floor. I'll introduce you to the floor. You get to see it. It's been around for over 30 years. I started the first one. But I don't want to waste anyone's time to come there unless it's something for you. All right. So that's basically where that comes in. Now, let's just actually go to live markets and let me show you what we got going on here. Now, there's a stock that's moving. I don't know if you guys saw what happened with silver. But there are a lot of stocks that are moving this morning. Hold on, let me just put it in here. So we had, I want to share this screen with you. Hold on one second. This is actually our trading floor. Okay. And you could see that it's the middle of the day, but there's about 200 people in the room right now. And right here on the top, this is our alert service that you could actually get on Telegram and X. Here's our professional traders and our instructors, and we're showcasing right now. We're showing you stock silver. Okay, now silver is moving, and there's other stocks that are moving, but there are a lot of stocks that are moving. The big one is this one right here. You see this one right here? I'm gonna hold on a second. Look at this one right here. This is what I want to kind of show you. See the time right there? All right. Did anyone see this stock up here? EKSO. It was up 94% so far. Did anybody trade that stock or see what's going on? Just give me a yes or no in the trading room. Bernard, you didn't see it? Okay. Casto, Chris, what about you? DJ? Michael, you did. Okay, good. Anyone else? Michael Daniel didn't. Okay, Michael Val didn't. All right. That's it. Come on, guys. Don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. Nobody can read your chat. I just want to make sure you guys are paying attention, okay? Instead of still not stuck listening to the Christmas music, all right? All right, so let me show you what's going on here. That stock that you just saw is this one right here. Hold on. Let me simplify this platform really quick for you. Okay. So we have an intraday chart up on top. We got a yearly chart on the bottom. Okay, so that stock symbol is, what was it again? EKSO. Okay, so EKSO, let me blow up the chart here. Now, when he posted that, that was at 10:30, which was right around here. Okay, that's 10:30. I'll bring it over here really quick. All right. So there you can see it. See the time right there? I want you to show you what we do here. So at 10:30, that stock was trading at $9. It ran all the way up. In less than an hour, it ran to $12.50. Now, can everyone just do the math? Let's see if you're paying attention. What's $9 minus $12.50? Let's see if you do the math. If you can't add, you better quit trading. That's another thing. $3.50. Wow, $3.50. $3.50. Wow, so $3.50. Let's just say you bought, I don't know, 1,000 shares have been $9,000, right? Times that by 1,000 shares equals 3,500. Damn, that sounds like a lot. I'm going to cut it in half. Okay, let's divide that by 2. I think that's too much, right? 7,500. Okay, let's say you made half that. If you could do that 5 days a week times 52 weeks a year, okay, you're talking about a quarter. Was that? I'm sorry. Did I make a mistake here? Yeah, I did. So it was, hold on. It was what, 1,850 times 5 days a week times 52 weeks. Oh my God, $500,000. If we could just make half that, that's $250,000. And that means it only moved half that price. If it just moved, let's say just 50 cents, forget about that, whatever that big move is. Let's say we made 50 lousy, stinking cents, 50 cents. Okay. Divide that by 2 more, 120,000. Who here doesn't want that job? Who here doesn't want that job? Now, the question is this. How did Cyber Trading University know? And by the way, that's just one stock. I mean, we can go down this list over and over again. There are a bunch of them that we had on this list. Because you could see right here, that stock symbol I just told you about. I'm going to show you something even better. Look carefully. You see that time right there? Look what's on our watch list. How did the hell did Fausto know? Or how in the hell, like they're trading silver right now and all these other stocks? How did we know they were going to go up? That's the question. That's everyone's problem. So I'm going to ask everybody this question, because this is where you better start paying attention. What made these stocks go up? Let's see if you guys could figure that out. Because if you can't, that's what we have to fix. Mildred says you're correct. I'm not even going to answer your question because we have over almost 100 people in here, and I expect every single one of you to answer that question. If you can't answer that question, I'm going to say this one more time. I'm not going to be very. Please don't take it in a bad way, but you should quit trading. Okay. Genevieve, momentum. Yep. Okay. Anyone else? Vinod, you're right. Bill, you're wrong. Bernard, you're right. Who else we got here? Clarence, what about you? What do you think? Chris, I didn't hear from you. Alexandra, what do you think? What made that stock go up? And how did Fausto know at 9:17? Okay. And let me bring up those stocks one more time so you guys could see it. How in the hell did Fausto know that this stock, when I said it was right around $7, it wasn't even now. It went from 7 to 12. All right. And then the other one that was on there was silver. And where is SLL? Where is it? Silver at 9 o'clock this morning was right around, I don't know, 68, but it ran to 70. Big difference in price. A lot of money, though. Okay. But how do we know that? Buyers. Everybody's answered the question. So now this is where things are going to start changing. And this is where you have to start paying attention. Okay. I was a trader. I was a market maker. Okay. That's me. And I started Cyber Trading University 35 years ago. I am a 12-time champion. I beat every single school I competed against. Okay. At the World Traders Challenge, the money shows. Okay. And I am one of the original SOS bandits that started. Now, what is a SOS bandit, you might ask? I'm one of the original day traders. When I started, it was about a few thousand of us. Now there are millions of us out there around the world. Okay. So you are looking at the great great grandfather. I'm not that old. I'm only 54. But I started when I was 22 years old. So I've been doing this longer than you guys. And I've been doing it every single day. Well, except holidays and tomorrow vacation. But I love what I do. And most importantly, I love teaching you guys how to do it because I'm going to teach you the art of trading. And the art of trading is this, what you all just mentioned, Patrick, Mir, Samir, Jeff, trading works by buyers and sellers. And you're 100% right. But you know what your problem is? You just don't know where to see the buyers and sellers because everyone is too focused on the left of the chart. And I'm going to teach you what's called the right of the chart. But before we do that, I want to stop for a moment and I want to give everybody the opportunity to get my book because I think you need to read this. It was published by Wiley, one of the most well-known publishing companies in the world. They pay me a lot of money, okay, to write a book. And I didn't like writing books. I don't know why people write books, but now I know why. But I'm going to give it to you for free, okay? So can everybody out there, I want you to take a moment. That's my personal email. Open up your Outlook or whatever your inbox is, okay? And I want you to write my name. Fausto, and the email address I gave you, and write me a book. Okay, give me a book. And most importantly, because there's some people in here like DJ, I don't know if that's really your name, and Derby, I don't know if that's really your name, but give me your name and just say Fausto. What's my name? Fausto Pugliese. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to email you my book. It's color. Oh, it's your initials? But not, well, just if you can, give me your first name. I apologize for that, James, but, just if you give it's just, I always like to call people by their first name, but if you like to call me DJ, it's great. But anyway, I want to give you my book because I want to educate all of you what you're about to learn. It's a fast read. It's a color book. It's going to take you maybe you could skim it within 2 hours. I did it on purpose, but everything that I'm going to try to break down for you now is going to be in this book. So just hit send and send it off. All right. Just send it off to me. Joan, I just got it from you. Okay, here you go. I see all you guys registering. Dave, I got it from you. Joan, I got it from you. I see 2 people already sent it in. Okay. And I think you guys are going to love it. Okay, you're going to love it. So just let's get that sent over. Okay, I see a bunch of people also coming in. All right, good. All right, so I want to sit there and waste my time, getting you guys registered for this and that. But I've been doing this for a long time, and what I want you to focus on is look at the people on the right. Those people you see on the right are just like you, okay? They're everyday engineers, accountants, dentists, grandmas and grandpas, border control people, traders. But we're all out there not looking to do it full time, but we're just looking to make a day's pay, okay? Now, what I'm going to cover is 2 very important tools that we're very well known for. I'm going to cover something called level 3 and level 4 quotes. Okay. These are the quotes that the exchanges give you. This is not Fausto's indicator. This is not something that you're going to, do I got to pay this? Listen, no, I'm not looking to sell you anything. By the way, a couple of people just registered. Vaughn, I got yours. Joel, Jose, Michael Brown. Great. Beautiful. Love it. I see all you guys just sending in right away. All right. So I'm going to show you everything that you're going to see here is going to be in the book too, but in more detail. All right. So let's go there and let me show you exactly what it is. So I want to start off talking about something called NASDAQ Book Viewer. Now, I want to just can we do a poll really quick? I don't know if you get a poll up there really quick, Greg, if you can post it up there. Want to be able to ask everybody. Oh, there we go. Thank you very much, Greg. Everybody see the poll right there? Could everyone just tell me and just click yes, no, or I'm not sure if you have what we call level 3 quotes, which is also known as NASDAQ Book Viewer. This is directly from the exchange. Ed, I got yours. Oscar, Jeffrey, Madrid, I got yours. Okay, good. Now, this is very important because, trading is a very big failure rate. And I don't want to put the fear in God in you, but it really, really is. And the reason why is everyone is doing the opposite. The opposite is they always they're looking at the rearview mirror. They're seeing what's happening in the past. I'm going to teach you the future. The future is, it's not a crystal ball or anything. I'm just going to show you the orders are. Okay. So I'm going to stop and share this. I'm going to exit the poll. I'm going to share. Look how many of you here. And if you're not sure, that's basically a no. All right. You know if you have it or you don't. So there you are. Almost 80% of you, when you add up no and not sure, that just shows you what the failure rate is. So let me teach you what it is. Now, listen, pay attention, because this is where it's going to get very disturbing, because you're about to learn how Wall Street brokerage firms, institutions, everyone, all these big brokerage firms, how they get in and out of it. All right. How they get in and out of stocks. Hold on a second. I just want to see something. All right. So here we go. NASDAQ book viewer. By the way, I'm going to show you where to get this directly from the exchange. What you're seeing right now is you're seeing every buyer and every seller in the entire world that wants to trade Snapchat. Okay. You're seeing every order around the world. You're seeing every share around the world, and you're seeing every bid at that price that they're looking to buy it. So you're looking basically at a big, what we call a negotiated market. So you're seeing every order, whoever wants to pay the most for it and who wants to sell it for the least, who wants to sell it for the least and who wants to sell it for the most. Now, I do a lot of work for NASDAQ. I've done a lot of presentations for NASDAQ. I'm on Jill Marin-Jones' show. The exchanges know that if you know how to trade, you'll make their life easier. You'll do more trades. They all make more money. Okay. But what I'm about to show you right here is I'm going to show you every stock out there. You could see any stock, but I'm going to go out there. I'm going to show you a couple of them, and you're going to see what makes a stock go up and go down. Like, listen, I know everybody wants a stock picker. Everybody wants to tell them what to buy and sell. Listen, you do not want anyone to tell you what to buy and sell. You want someone to teach you how to buy and sell. And the only way you're going to learn how to be taught that is you got to know where the big boys are. Now, let me clear this out and let's get into it. So we're looking at silver. Okay, that was a stock we were just looking at just now. Now, silver is trading at $70. Does everybody see that right there? We're at $70 right now. Okay, and you can see silver's been on a really nice big move. Okay, I'm just using silver as an example because silver has been a really good. If you look right here on the long-term chart, they're just starting to talk about. We've been talking about silver for about 2 months now, but you can see silver right here was at 42. Just in the beginning of December was at 52. I mean, the stock's been on a big run. Okay, now how could we have used level 3 toward our advantage of knowing where the stock is going? Well, if you look at silver right here, it went from 69 and it dropped all the way down to about 10:30 and decided to stop at this number right here, which is around 64.15. And then it went back up, hit a resistance levels and came back down again, bounced off the low, and then went back up. Why did it pick that number 64.15? Well, what makes a stock go up? Buyers. If you look over here in the buy column and you work your way down, you'll notice that the biggest buyer is at 64.15 for 126,000 shares. Okay. Now, there are buyers at every single price, and we all have a price we want to pay for it. But it's not what we think where it's going to bounce. It's where they think it's going to bounce. They're the ones that make the market. That's why we call them market makers. Okay. They make a market in a stock. So the majority of the market makers, the institutions, the high frequency trades, the algorithms, all the boogeyman people you worry about, the Black Rocks, the Goldman Sachs, if they were interested in silver, from what I could see from going to the exchange of NASDAQ, that's where the most amount of shares are looking to be bought. And look what happened. This is the left of the chart, and this is the right of the chart. So when you're looking at the past, we're looking at the future. And that's how that future came to those. Now, let's look at vice versa. What makes a stock go down, everyone? Sellers. Sellers are what drive a stock from going up, max out, and come down. Now, how would we have known? And we're looking at the price. We're actually looking at Tesla right now, actually. This is Tesla. Tesla had a major resistance levels at 500. How do we know that? Because when we went to the exchange and we looked at the big order out there and we worked our way down, the biggest number, and I know it's kind of hard to see, but that's this number right here. Over 430,000 shares. And not only that, there were 8,000 orders around the entire world that made up the 430,000 shares at 500. So don't tell me, oh, it's because it's 500. No, it has nothing to do with the number 500. It has to do about, you could be right. Maybe everybody just has a number in the head. I want out at 500. But you know what? The stock never hit 500. Okay? And all those people got screwed. And that's why the stock went down. By the way, does anybody know where Tesla is today? Anybody know? TSLA? We had dropped down to about 450. Okay, that's where we are right now. By the way, that 500 seller, I got news for you. I'm going to show you where he is. And in the next few moments, and you're going to be quite shocked. Okay? We're going to come back because I'm going to show you something a little bit later. We're going to come back to it. But as of right now, I want you to understand that the reason why this stock has gone up and has backed off is because of sellers. Now, my question to everyone is this. Did I lose anybody yet? Just give me a yes or no. Yes, you lost. No, I didn't lose you. So give me an N if you're following along. Give me a yes. That means you're completely confused and you need to go get a cup of coffee and go back to the drawing board. Oscar, Sammy, Robert, Genevieve, Derby. There you go, David. I got a lot of no's. You know what? That makes me feel good because that means I'm doing my job. Okay? Now think about it. I didn't even start teaching you yet. This is just basically trading 101. You all agree, but think about that. Joan, yes, we didn't get to that yet. That's called level 4. We didn't get to that yet. We're almost there. Okay. All right. So let's look at Palantir, for example. You ever own a stock and the stock goes down, right? And you just don't know when to get out and you don't want to take a loss because it's probably bigger than what you can afford, but it keeps going down. There's only one thing that could save you. And what is that, fellow traders? What do you need a stock from stop going lower? Sammy, you're correct. Bernard, you're correct. You need buyers. You need a demand, right? Vino, okay. Michael, you need buyers. We don't need support. You can't have support unless you have the buyers. So, do you see buyers on a chart? Fellow traders, you see buyers out there? So what the hell are you looking at a chart for? What does a chart do for you? Other than tell you what happened in the past. You see, the past is not always indicative of the future. The past, sometimes you're like, oh my God, there was a big support level. How the hell did it break that? How'd that even happen? So what we need to do is we got to go check where the orders are. So where are the buyers showing up? Because that's the only thing that could save you right now from losing as much money as you are. So we're going to go to the exchange, and you'll notice that when we work our way down, there was a 76,000 share buyer right here at 182. Okay. So at $182, when we work our way down, that's where the big buyer was. There's buyers at every price. You know, but they're only like 300, 1,000, 500, 300, 200. That's the buyer you're looking for right there at 92. So When you're trying to figure out why the stock came down, bounced at 92, came back down, slingshot back up to 82, and now we're at 88. And you're like, I don't understand. Every time I sell it, the thing goes up. And every time I buy it, it goes down. I think somebody's watching me, and you all know what I'm talking about. Listen, nobody's watching you. You're just not watching them. You're just not watching the orders out. You got to remember, there are 158 orders out there that equal 73, okay? 76,000. You got to remember, it's not one person. It's 158 people around the entire world that make up that order, okay? And they're not all in cahoots with each other, and they're not all spoofing. And, listen, listen, I've been doing it long enough, all right? People could change their mind unless all 158 know they're going to change their mind at the same time. But at the end of the day, these people are trading millions and millions of shares. They don't care about you, okay? You're just the stupid ants. We're just the ants on the floor. Sorry to use the word stupid, but we're just the ant. We're just trying to get some crumbs. We're just trying to eat. These guys are moving hundreds of millions of dollars. Think they care about you making a couple $100 or $1,000? They're like, oh, you want to make 1,000 here? I'll buy you a round of drinks. By the way, I'll buy you a bottle of Cristal. You know what I mean? If you're really desperate. These guys don't have time for you. They're billionaires. Do you realize when you look up the richest people in the world, the top 100 people in the world they're not Elon Musk people. Elon Musk is an anomaly. If you work your way down that list, majority of the people that in that industry, not person, industry, are in finance. Okay? In finance. Why you think they're there? You read between the lines. So let's move on and let's look at Chipotle. Stock's got a great, strong trend. Okay? Now, ever own a stock and you don't want to sell it too soon, right? But it keeps going up, but you're nervous it's going to back off and you knew where it was. What is going to prevent this stock from going any higher? See if you guys can answer that question. What's going to prevent it? Are these dark pools? No. Dark pools are the least of your problems right now. Dark pools are probably 5% of the volume out there. This makes up about 70% of the volume. Sellers, right? You need sellers. Now, let me ask you the same dumb question I asked you before. Do you see sellers on a chart? No, right? You don't see sellers on a chart. Thank you, Michael and Bernard. And I got a lot of people chat. You know what? You guys really making me feel like I'm doing my job. Thank you very, very much for answering those questions. Okay. So how do we step in and know when to take a profit? We need to know where the sellers are. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go check something out. And I see that when I look at the right side, there's the buyer section and there's a sell section. When I go on the sell section and I work my way on the sell section and I work my way down, I see the biggest seller out there. And there's a lot of sellers out there. When I work my way down that list, that's where the biggest seller was at 37.25 for 132,000 shares. Now, remember, I'm not making this stuff up. This is coming directly from the exchange. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you exactly where to get it. Right from NASDAQ. Okay? Right from NASDAQ. Not from Thinkorswim or Fidelity because they're all making money. And that's another story in its own. They're all making money off you. This is going directly on the floor of the exchange. Okay? Which, by the way, a lot of you didn't have access to it unless you started like me, 35 years ago. But getting back to that, if you look what happened to the stock, it started this morning at 35.80, went to 30, right up to that seller at 37.25, and had a very tough time breaking it, and the stock came back down. Okay? That's how you have it. And you're sitting there like, I don't understand. It's 11, it's 12, it's what? The stock just does not want to go past this number. Now it's starting to trend down. What do? Hope? That's like the Antichrist in trading. Now, the hidden market. Let's see some actual stocks that have moved in the market. Okay. So who here would like to get NASDAQ book viewer. This is what I want you to do. Okay, we're going to do this again. I want you to email me. Okay, because if you respect me, I will respect you. If you're serious, I'll take you very seriously. I will personally email you myself. So open up your inbox. I know I got a lot of people that emailed me back. Look at all you got. Wow, a lot of you emailed me back. All right, we're going to do this again. Okay. Open up your inbox. Fausto. I know some of you logged in late right now and just type in NASDAQ book. Okay. And then give me your first name and last name so I know who you are. And if you want, you can give me a phone number. I'll be happy to have my staff. If you wanted some explanations or whatever, feel free to give me a phone number. I'll be happy to. That's our actually office number right there. And just hit send if you want to. You're not out. You don't have to. All right. So hit send. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to email you 2 very important videos that I made. They're about 5 minutes long. One's going to show you where to get it on their website, and the second one's going to show you how to set it up. Because if you go, I'm not going to tell you where to go here. People are like, just tell me where to go. Listen, go figure it out. I'm not going to do that because if you download it, it's going to the defaults are wrong, and you're going to see all these numbers and you're going to be totally confused. Okay, so that's the reason why you don't want to do that. Larry, I just got your email. Michael, David, Genevieve, I got yours. Ed, thank you very much. Matthew. So watch those 2 videos, and then I'm going to follow up with you. I want to see if you have any questions. You get my personal email. Listen, what makes us very popular, been around so long, is we're not your typical school where it's like, oh, here's a webinar. I listen to the owner and like nobody calls me or I'm hot. I don't do that. Okay. I feel like, trading was very good to me. And the only way I can give back to the community, because I'm a very giving person. I do a lot of charity work. I train NFL players. I've done work for the NFL. I've been to jails. I've trained people to help them, in education, in training. I feel like you give back, it always comes back to you. All right. So these are the things I like to give back to all of you. So I will be there for you and help you answer those questions. And don't be shy. Don't be scared. I'm a very, very honest person. I got time. Wow, a lot of you guys are emailing me back. Look at all these. Oscar, I got yours. Debbie, I got yours. Patrick, Vondo, Dan, Patel. Great. Beautiful. Wow. Really making me feel very excited. Okay. Now the next question, one of you were asking me this question. KK, just don't not in the chat room. Just email me. Here's my email address. Just open up your inbox. Don't put it in there. All right. Oh, there you go. I got it now. Is that you? Is that you? No, that's not you yet. All right. So let's talk about something that is called level 4. Now you're like, wait a minute. I thought there's something even better than that. Yes, to a certain point. And let me show you what it is. Level 4 is something called a heat map, where you have to understand there are other exchanges out there. There's the NASDAQ exchange. Okay. There's the New York Stock Exchange. There's the Chicago. So imagine aggregating all those exchanges under one and then seeing on a heat map. So kind of, if you like to read, if you like to look at a chart, you basically could see it here a little bit more, and you could see it here on the thing. By the way, could please anyone we'll delete anyone's email, or chat in there. Do not share any chats in there. We'll ban you from CTU forever. Okay. All right. Without our approval. But you'll be happy to email me if you have any questions, feel free. But if anyone does any solicitation, bad move. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to show you right now is I'm going to go to the execution system, and I want to show you something that will blow your mind. Now, remember we talked about Tesla? I'm going to bring up Tesla really quick right here. So Tesla right there, you could see here that there was a very big resistance levels right there. All right. Now, what I want to show you is I'm going to draw, you see this line right there? You see that day? That day was December 22nd, all the way to the left. Everybody see that? All the way to the left? The high of the day was $498.83. Now, do you remember when I showed you on level three, 500 was the resistance levels? Well, I'm going to bring over here. I'm going to bring something called NASDAQ. I'm going to bring up here level 4. This is level 4. And let me zoom out a little bit further. Hold on. Okay. So not only could you use this as a day trader, you could use it as a swing trader. You could use it for futures trading, use it towards options trading, everything. This is 930. Okay. Now, this order was out here in pre-market. And then this order right there, that's program trading. So what happens is that a lot of these orders kick in right around that time. And there were orders in the pre-market, but majority came at 930. If you look over here where it says current order book at 500, what do you see there? 450,000 shares. So that order is still out there. So not only as a day trade, you could see it as a swing trade. So if you didn't know that a couple of days ago, guess what? You're at $450 right now. Wouldn't you rather be out at 500 than get out at 460 right now? They're like, oh my God, just 4 days ago, I could have got out right around 500, but I got greedy. I got cocky. I thought it was going to go. I mean, I love Elon Musk, whatever it may be. Maybe took things personal, But no, the question is, you just didn't know where the orders were. Now, let me show you another example. By the way, any stock that anybody here wants to look at, any stock, I'm going to show you how this works. Okay. As you guys are pumping stocks, I'll bring up another one, NVIDIA. Okay. Look at NVIDIA. So not only you can use it as a day trade, and you could see like there's a 145,000 share seller here at 188, and you could see it. I can zoom out long term, and I can see all program trading out there. And I could see this. I could see a 1.3 million share seller at 200. I could see another close to 500,000 plus right around 195. Don't really see any buyers out here. See a little buyer right here. But I have an idea. I have a game plan where sellers are. That's the beauty of it. Anybody here use Bitcoin? Anybody here trade Bitcoin? You can see Bitcoin also. These are all the orders in Bitcoin. 90,000, you got about 145 Bitcoins out there. If you want to zoom out even further, got 900,000 Bitcoin around 100,000. You got a couple of 190,000 Bitcoins here at 81,000 and 80,000. All right, and we can go back even further. I mean, there's no one out here. I know we said that some people say, oh, 125, 130. Nah, you know what? It's right around there. All right. Now, these are the things that are going to help you become a better trader. No problem, Oscar. And you know what? I got your email and I will send it to you, the book viewer and everything else. But I'm only about 5 minutes. I'll be done in 5 minutes if you stick around. Okay. Because what I really like to do is, like I said, I think I got everyone's attention. And the reason why I know is nobody really logged out. Okay. It's only been going up that number. So let me go out there and let me share something for you. Okay. So let's stop reading the left of the chart and let's start reading the right of the chart. And that's where we're going to show you in our professional trading floor, which I showed you all here. I want to invite all of you guys to come in here. And I want you to see the traders, how they think for themselves, how we train them, how to get in and out of positions, and how not to kind of use all these crazy indicators, but actually how to simplify things. So, and not only that, but it's time to start not trading alone anymore. You got to trade with a team. That's, passing ideas. And you know what? You can't start a business without working at a successful business. And when you work at a successful business, you're going to realize that you can't be the waiter, the maitre d', the chef, the busboy, the valet parker. It's nice. You save money, but at the end of the day, it doesn't work. You're out of business before you even get in business. So this is what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to invite all of you. I'm looking for serious traders. And all I'm asking for is $9. That's it. $9 for you to come join my trading room. Money back guaranteed. All you have to do is we're going to post that link up there. There it is right there. Just click on that link and register. And let me tell you what you're going to get for $9. You're going to have full access to everything we do at Cyber Trade University for one whole week. You're going to learn from me personally, where I do live audio commentary in the room. You're also going to learn from my other instructors at Cyber Trade University. You're going to see us trade together. You're going to see us talk together. You're going to see the other traders in the room. You're basically going to have full edge of everything that we do that market makers do on the floor. You'll have access to all the traders out there. You'll get to see what they're doing, what they're getting in, what they're getting out. You're going to see them, how they make calls. By the way, you can also take your phone and you could scan that QR code on the left-hand corner. If you're not by a computer right now, or if you are by a computer and you don't want to come off the screen, I know a lot of people like, you know what, I only have one monitor and I don't want to lose where I'm at, but you can use your phone. We do weekly traders talk events. So we're going to give you constant classes that are going to come along with it. And also a complete library of all our training for a whole week, because we want to make sure you're making the right decision. Listen, if you believe there's orders out there, like I showed you, imagine if we get to start teaching you time in sales, how to find these stocks, who's running them, how to read, percentage gainers and losers, all that stuff, because this is why Cyber Trade University has been endorsed and sponsored by more brokerage firms and exchanges than any school in the industry. Companies like MetaStock, Schwab, Tasty Trade, Thinkorswim, TradeStation. We've done education and training for all these brokerage firms. And also, there's a reason why we have one of probably the best rating in Google than any school in the industry. So you get all these great things, the trading floor, the workshops, my book, my alerts, everything. And as a bonus, I'm going to do this. I'm going to throw this in there right now as a bonus. If you do register right now, I will personally give you a phone call only if you've been in the room, in the trading room. Because the thing is this, you're probably going to have a lot of questions. Maybe you're not a good typer. Maybe you don't want, maybe you feel awkward. You know what? That's fine. We've all been there. We've done that. So this is what I'm going to do. My goal, the reason why I'm here, is I'm always looking to recruit new traders, because what happens is my traders get so good, eventually they go open up their own schools, they go on their own. So I'm not looking to hold anyone hostage. When you leave Cyber Trade University, you're going to be able to teach your own kids, your own friends, okay? Because you know what? That helps the community of trading. It is just, I do so much traveling. I do so many speakings. I just came back from Miami, Orlando, Toronto. I'm going back to Fort Lauderdale. I'm going to be in Dallas, San Francisco. I just see so many of you out there and they're like, my God, I wish I knew this, years ago. Well, you know what? Here's your chance. Because the thing is this, if I could teach you, you could teach everyone else. Because we want to make Cyber Trade University the staple of the industry. We want to be the Harvard, I don't know if maybe that's a good idea saying Harvard, whatever it is, but we, in the education industry, we want to be very well known, which we are, but the only way we could do it is teach you how to do it. So we'll personal your trading plan, everything, all for $9. Now, does anyone here have any questions whatsoever before we go? As you guys are doing that, I got a bunch of people just registered. I just want to do a quick shout out really quick. We got registered right here. Philip from Ontario, Canada, just got your registration. By the way, over 10 to 20% of our students in the trading room are all Canadian. So you're going to do great. You're going to love it. A lot of traders in there. I've been in Canada for over 25 years, from Vancouver to Red Deer, Kelowna, Toronto, Montreal. I've been everywhere. I love the Canadian people, and a lot of people like to trade U.S. markets because it's got the good volatility here. Who else I got registered here? Oscar, I see you've been chatting a lot from Houston, Texas. I'll be up in Dallas. I used to have a radio show, by the way, in Houston and Dallas and Fort Worth. A lot of great traders down there in Dallas, in Texas. So you're going to do great too. We have a lot of them in our trading room. Deborah J from South Carolina just got your registration. Joan Buckman from Irvington, California. Okay. I used to do a big training class down there in, where is it? I think it starts with a T. That's when I stopped doing a lot of on-sites. It'll come to me, but right, not too far from where you are. All right. Any other questions? Is using level 4 enough to do you with Book Viewer and Book? Yes. Okay, Genevieve. So the thing is this, level 4 costs more money. Okay. That level 3 that I told you costs $15 a month. It's a steal. I used to pay $1,000 a month when I started. Before you go out there and spend more money on something, let's start small and let's see why it worked. First of all, let's start with $9. Okay, let's start with $9. And by the way, if you can't afford $9, I hate to say it, you don't want it. You're going to probably be part of the other 80-90% of the people. There's nothing free in this world. So if you think like $15 a lot, $9 should be really cheap. And Bookmap, obviously, when you start getting up there, it gets a little expensive. But I'm not here to sell that stuff. I'm here to kind of show you how things work, because then you're going to realize, like, oh, now I know why a general contractor likes to use an electric gun and not a hammer. How's he going to finish a house? I thought you needed a hammer and nail. I didn't know they had these electric guns. I know I'm using these stupid, metaphors, but it's the truth. It comes down to who really trained you. Just sign up. Can you start after January 2nd? Chris, yes, you can. So when you register, Chris, there's 2 things that you're going to have to do, which you probably noticed already. There's a questionnaire, 5 questions, just tells us a little bit about you. Okay. Basically, what kind of trader you are, and that's basically it. And then the second one that you'll see is you'll make an appointment with your education advisor. Please, guys, make it as soon as possible. Don't procrastinate. Get it done as soon as quickly. And then don't worry about that. When you talk to him, you'll access when to start. But don't push this off. I have people like, can I start on the 7th of January? Listen, by the time January 7th, you know what? You only need 1 day in the room. Okay, realistically, but I'm giving you a week. When you start seeing things, like I told you, you're gonna make more money in that room. You'll make your $9 back, but don't procrastinate. Push it off. All right. A couple other people just registered. Just got your name coming across it. Joan Michaels from Rockland, Texas, just got your registration. Welcome aboard. All right. Dana, I see you. Oh, Dana from just registered on Facebook. Good. Yeah, we're broadcasting live on all social networks, on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Who else I got here? Robert Fisher got your registration. Okay. From Brookport, New York. All right. Welcome aboard. Any other questions? Okay. I got a couple of questions came up here. Medini, I'm away now. Can I register next week when I'm back? Medini, listen, yes, you can, but just get out of the way. It'll take you less than 1 minute. It's 1 click to register. And then when you register, you could book your appointment later. Okay. Because then when you get back, then you could worry about it then. Chris, no planning to push it out. Not planning to push it out. No problem, Chris. I get it. But no, there's a lot of people that push things out. And you know what happens? You kind of forget things. You're like, I'll come back. So listen, you're going into we had a great year in 2025. I'm expecting it's going to be super volatile going to this year. You got another election that's coming up. If, when you have a party that controls the House, the Congress, the Senate, they could pass whatever they want, but if that doesn't happen, president's just a figure. Okay. You can't do anything. So you're going to see a lot of big things that are going to be going on. And if you saw what happened then, imagine what's going to happen now. Mir has a question. Generally, you trade the book order and not the general move of the stock. I mean, you don't trade big picture. Well, Mir, the thing is this, there's a lot of things that are moving. And the way you learn how to trade is you want to risk the least amount of money as possible with the high amount of reward. So it really doesn't matter what you trade. It's what's going to give you the least amount of risk. And it's all about, it's at the end of the day, you're just here to make money. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to discriminate, or you're not going to be like, oh, I don't like that house. That house is ugly, or it's in a shit neighborhood. You're not into living it. You're looking to make money on it. Of course, I want to buy $1 million house, but if it only makes me 50,000, I'd rather buy a $250,000 house that makes me 50,000. So, but some people don't know that. A couple of other big shout outs really quick. I got somebody from another country who was from, I can't even pronounce this. You from Australia? Was this Singer Fried? I think that's who you are. I hope I didn't mangle it. I got a rough name. Imagine growing up with a name like Fausto. Okay. Matil Patel, I got yours. Okay. From Germany. All right. Just got your registration. I wasn't too hard. Vindo James from Texas got your registration. Guys, it's $9. I gotta go. I gotta get ready to trade. Okay. I want to get ready for the close. We're having a lot of good movements on it. But listen, register now. Let me know. Anyone have any last minute questions? I trade futures and prop firms. How does futures fit in? Ed, you can use this towards futures. I personally don't trade futures, okay, but I know a couple of people that are very good at it. You can use level 4 for it. But if you send me an email, I'll be happy to tell you who I recommend. All right. Same thing to you, Michael. Chris, Happy New Year to you. All right. And definitely look forward to seeing you guys next year. Any other questions? Chris says, I'm looking forward to learn. Listen, you haven't seen nothing yet. I only been speaking for about 30 minutes. Imagine what you're going to see in a week. Okay. So that I just showed you orders. Imagine what you're going to see when I start showing you time and sales, and I start showing you, breakouts and, fakes and all that stuff. You're going to love it. And you're going to see these people in there, and they're just like you, and they just started like you. So it's going to be awesome. I think the biggest thing you're probably going to get a little pissed off about is like, my God, I wish I found you sooner. That's what people tell me all the time. All right. So for $9, you got nothing to lose. All right, guys, listen, I have to go. Any last minute questions? What is after you register? So Johnny, after you register, you're going to be making an appointment for an education advisor. They're going to call you and they're going to walk you through the courses and the class. They're not going to sell you anything, but they just want to show you that you're just not going to go like going to the gym and like, okay, you open up a membership now, go help yourself. And next thing you know, you hurt yourself, and you're like, it's nice when you have a personal trainer, you have a nutritionist there showing you the value. You know what I mean? So this is what we do at Cybertrade University. We're very big on customer service. So make sure you book your appointment, talk to education advisor, let them show you the classes, how to go through the portal page. We really take an effort out there. All right. Just a few more shout outs really quick. I'm seeing somebody just registering last minute. Madid, I just got yours from Toronto, Ontario. By the way, I'm going to be in Toronto on the 29th. I'm going to be doing a presentation for Mumu. Anybody know the brokerage firm Mumu? So they just hired us to be their education advisor at Cybertrade University. So I'm looking forward to being there. So definitely great that you kind of do that now. And then you could probably see me live. All right. And then, and we got a whole list of places where we're going to be. And then also Dallas, I think is in May. I think it's in May. But don't worry about May. You got to worry about tomorrow. All right. Yeah, May 15th at the Money Show, 15th to the 16th. All right, Chris. All right, traders. Thanks for listening. I'm going to get ready. Get back with my traders. I look forward to seeing you all on the trading floor. And listen, if you didn't register, and I know it's not the money, maybe you're not ready yet. That's okay. We're still going to be here. All right. But don't procrastinate, because you think $9 is expensive. Try ignorance. All right. It's the cheapest trade you're going to make. I'll see you all in the trading room. Happy New Year, everyone. I'll see you back next year. I look forward to seeing you all on the trading floor. All right. Be safe. Good luck.